Capricorn. Thanks for joining me today. I am reading for the consciousness of Capricorn for the month of May 2025. And I've chosen questions for each of the signs this month. And because summer is upon us, and I think Capricorns like to play as much as they like to work, the question for Capricorn this month is, how can I balance my work and personal life? So let's see what we find out about balancing your work and personal life. I have other questions that I'll use in the next couple of months, but this one I think is important for the summertime. So I'm using 3 different oracle decks. I'm going to choose a card from each. The first one is the Lakshmi Oracle. Lakshmi is a Hindu goddess of good fortune, abundance, and prosperity. So let's see what the oracle says for Capricorn for May 2025. There are other, this is actually a deck of many Hindu gods and goddesses, but it's called the Lakshmi Oracle. And you have Brahma, god of creation. So I'm hoping that you're going to be creating a lot of fun for yourself. Brahma, god of creation. Let me just look at this. It's the number 3. Get a quick little more information for you. Lord Brahma is the wise and very ancient creator god of the universe. Let's see. All right, Brahma is part of the trinity of himself, Vishnu and Shiva, and his consort Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom and healing. His 4 heads represent the 4 Vedas, a large body of ancient religious texts of great wisdom for Hindus, and it's very old, ancient. And the 4 yugas or ages, cycles of the universe. There are only a few temples in India that worship Brahma. And the channeled message from Brahma, it is not my purpose to create individual blessings for you, although I can transmit to you great secret wisdom during the night if you request it. Eventually, only wisdom can continue to exist, so always seek more knowledge. Well, you know what I say? Get yourself a really good book to read on the beach this summer. Okay. Now, next we're going to use the Lord Ganesha, Whispers of Lord Ganesha Oracle. And Ganesha is the remover of, let's see, he's the elephant-headed deity in the Hindu pantheon. He is the remover of obstacles, the sponsors of success in all ventures. He gives knowledge to the wisdom seeker, prosperity to those seeking worldly gains, children to those desiring a family. And let's see, and it says moksha or salvation for those on a spiritual path. So let's see, these cards are really beautiful. The artist did some really beautiful artwork here. For Capricorn, we have spiritual quest. Oh, I guess you're on a spiritual quest this summer. That's what you'll be doing. Spiritual quest. And look at where Ganesha is. It looks like Ganesha is on the beach with the sun umbrella, seeking the spiritual path. All right, number 40. Let's see. You are called to realize your full potential and to choose to become a force for good in the world. Yes. I know one Capricorn in particular who has that potential for sure. All right. Force for good in the world. Okay, and the last deck I'm going to use is called the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. And Kuan Yin is the compassionate goddess. She originated in China, and she has been adopted by many Asian countries. But she is the great compassionate mother. She sacrificed a great deal to heal her father, who kicked her out of his kingdom because she wanted to be a monk. And he was not going to have a daughter who was going to be a monk. Well, she became a monk, and she sacrificed a lot to help heal her father. He didn't know it was she who was healing him until she revealed himself. So he saw how compassionate she was and brought her back into the fold, in other words. So Okay, so she's also, so it's called the Wild Kuan Yin because this is when Kuan Yin was young. And she was a bit of a mischief maker. These cards depict her living in Tibet in the mountains. She's with a lot of cattle and they fly through the air together. It's really, these are beautiful. So this card says, surrender, sensitive sister, be moved by the moon. Surrender, sensitive sister, be moved by the moon. This cow here looking, so I love these cards. These are so cool. She's just flying in the air. So surrender, sensitive sister, be moved by the moon. So what are you reflecting? What do you need to reflect? 38. Let's see. There is a huge amount of information with each card. So I'm only going to read the introduction. All right. Surrender, sensitive sister, be moved by the moon. You know what you know, even when you don't know how you know. I speak to you through that knowing, the intuition that is beyond logic, the feeling that has no physical proof as of yet, the instinct to keep going, to trust yourself and take the journey before you. Even when you feel like you know too much or are too sensitive, you do not need to shut down or try to protect yourself from feeling. What will work better for you is to be open and truthful with all that you feel and resist nothing. It shall then simply flow, changing like the phases of the moon, naturally and without effort on your part. I will guide you and show you how to do this so that you will never be afraid, even of the passing experience of fear itself. And you shall become surrendered into life, moved by the moon, a living embodiment of grace in motion. And that is just what she is, grace in motion, touching the moon. Wow, that's a nice reading so far. Everybody I've read for this morning so far has had really beautiful readings. All right, let's get into the tarot. See what else we have for you. Capricorn. How can I balance my work and personal life? Well, it seems that they are one and the same, aren't they? If you're on a spiritual quest, is no compartmentalization there. It's an experience that occurs throughout every aspect of your life. You have a lot of helpers here who, you know, the wild Kuan Yin, she is a mischief maker and she's happy to help you have a good time at it. And so is Lord Ganesha. So let's see, what do we have for Capricorn for the month of May 2025? I'm going to shuffle another couple of times. Page of Wands. Maybe I'll take it. Page of Wands. Take it. We'll see what happens with that Page of Wands. I'm going to set it aside. Page of Wands, because the Page of Wands is a new beginning. It's a new beginning and it's passionate. And he's looking at his instrument. It's a tool that he's just been given. Pages are youthful. So he's not yet a knight. And he's about 13, the age is about 13, 14 years old. So he's just been given his tool to learn how to use. And his tool is the wand, the branch that has green leaves growing off of it, yet it's not attached to any living thing. So it's a mystery. Okay, here we go. And I do have reverse cards I've been using reverse cards in my readings lately. So let's see what we get. Okay. How can I balance my work and personal life? Oh, there you go. Here's your personal life, the happy family. Happiness, this is your situation. It's your situation, your energy. This is the ultimate in happiness, whatever that is for you. That is a nice beginning. And it's crossed by the Knight of Pentacles and it's reversed. So the Knight of Pentacles is reversed. So, in The Knight of Pentacles, I like him because he's loyal and trustworthy. But you know, the Pentacles this night can be very like not wanting to travel. You know what I mean? He may want to stay home, but since it's reversed, I'm going to say that you may be having some adventures this summer. That's what I'm going to say. And you are Earth sign. This is an Earth sign. Then we have the Knight of Swords. He's also reversed. And this is in the position of why the reading is taking place at this time in this way. Knight of Swords. So so you just look at this card. He's in a rush. He's got a strategy. He's extremely intelligent, very intelligent, a great strategist. He would be like the ultimate chess player, but he's young yet. He doesn't know all the ins and outs. He's in a rush. He is rushing in. And he's rushing in against the wind because you see how the trees are blowing that way and he's going this way. He and his horse are just taking off. So maybe he's running into some trouble here because he doesn't really know as much as he thinks he does. It's reversed. So there's going to be a slowdown of that rushing in. So this makes sense to me. How can you balance work and personal life? Well, maybe the work life needs to slow down a little bit so that you can enjoy your time at Disney or the beach, putting your flip-flops in the sand there. I see that as a positive reversed card. Oh, I love this. Here's the King of Wands. Very wise. Kings are wise. He is the adventurer. He likes excitement and fun. And when he works on something new, he gets everybody around him. Like, it's sort of like he's the coach, and he has the big ideas and he's a hands-on kind of guy. So he'll be right in there with you. But he will be directing everybody in a way that everybody will have a great time. And they'll probably learn something in the process. This would be your spiritual life. He would be involved in that spiritual quest because he is one who would definitely be on a quest. And here's the Queen of Cups, and she's reversed. This is at the top of the reading, pointing to the outcome, the possible outcome. So the Queen of Cups, emotional maturity, she sets the environment. She sets the tone of the environment. So the Queen of Cups is the mother, right? She's the mother who is emotionally mature. And she may have a real soft spot for her children and would spoil them. You know what I mean? Or she would spoil or give too much attention to a certain aspect of her life, and it would be spoiling herself. We all like to do that every now and then. Reversed. So when I see a cups card like this reversed, I think of the water spilling out. I think of water spilling out. So the emotion, I wonder if you're feeling drained emotionally. I wonder if you're feeling drained emotionally, and maybe this is why you really do need to balance your work and personal life. That's what I'm going to say. This is a reason to balance your work and personal life better because guess what? You're going to the beach. You're going to the beach. You have the Sun card, the best card in the happiest, most exciting card in the deck. It's also a sort of a new beginning because there's a sense of innocence here and purity. There's definitely a sense of passion. We have these huge sunflowers here, which mean great happiness. And the sun, the sun is God. God is shining on you. This could be part of that spiritual quest. You may be receiving information this summer that will help you to become, to help other people find their way. I'm going to say you're going to be discovering something that will help other people. You'll teach them how to find their own way, a way that is really beneficial to them. That's the message I'm getting. Your energy over here, oh, lack. This is an illusion. So, oh my gosh, I just lost my job, or oh my gosh, um, you know, my parents need to move in because they're living on Social Security and one of my parents is sick, and oh my gosh, it's such a heavy burden. This is illusion. So that mindset is not going to be helpful to you. So I want to just like throw that out. Don't believe this. But this is your energy right now. This is your feeling, your attitude. We have temperance reversed. Temperance is magic and alchemy in the form of alchemy, um, which is a beautiful kind of magic. And it is balance, but there's something out of kilter. This is in your environment. In your environment. It's not you, but your environment. It's kind of out of kilter. Things are out of balance. Oh, but this is going to change. In your hopes and dreams, we have the Wheel of Fortune. What goes around, everything changes. Not what goes around comes around. The wheel turns. So when we're on the down low, we're going to be up high in no time. And in the tarot, when this shows up upright, it means things are turning for the better. All right. And the last, we have the Hermit. Don't overthink things. All right. That's what I'm saying about you, Capricorn, for this summer, learning to a work-life balance. Don't overthink it. Just go with your gut, do it. I know you're not always someone who goes with your gut. You think, you take your time and you think things through. When it comes to your work-life balance, don't overthink it. Go for it. Enjoy yourself, because in enjoying yourself, the spiritual quest that you are on, whether you know it or not, and you'll know if you're on a spiritual quest, because sometimes life gets hard when we're on a spiritual quest, but there's also a sense of excitement in it. So, yeah, I mean, there's a sense of excitement. There's something maybe complicated, like say your parents do come to live with you, but then, oh, it's only short term because it just so happens that a long-term care facility opens up near you and they are able to move in there. So it's exciting because you can be close to them, but you don't have to take care of them 24/7. It's that kind of thing. Because the alchemy, there's still the magic there. Things may be out of balance, but the water is still going from one cup to the other. It's not pouring out like with the Queen of Cups. All right. So that is your reading, Capricorn. Think about it a little bit. Watch it again and again. But I think that you're going to find yourself having a really good summer. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Go and put your feet in the sand. Bring a good book and let your mind take you places too. Because that's how we sense our intuition, in that informs us in that way. I wish you a wonderful May and a great summer, and I'll see you next month. Thanks for joining me. All right. Bye-bye.